Hi everyone, it's Eddie here at Eddie Makes Art. Welcome back to my channel, and I'm doing a follow-up to my last video, which was jelly printing with the quilted crop stencil from PM Artist Studio. So I've got those, and then I introduced you to my new stamps, the Taino collection, which is the Sun God, my totem, and then the Shaman. So, and I said I was going to make some tags, but here's the thing. So I started doing a video yesterday with these, and it was kind of a mess because they just weren't turning out like I wanted them to. And these are the 4 that I created. But I mean, they look all right because I went in and kind of just altered them a little bit, and you know, that's great, but I'm not happy with them. Not like they just didn't turn out like I wanted them to. But anyway, let me show you these here. So with this one, this is a fish from one of Paula Keen's stencils that has all the fishies on it. So I had done a bunch of gel prints on this just plain tissue using her stencil. I like this design because it's kind of in that tribal feel like my stamps. So I may use those, but that's what's here. And then you see I have the totem embossed in black, but the colors were off, and the tissue on the fish really didn't melt away into the background as much as I'd hoped. And it was just not looking good. So what I did later was I took some iron oxide yellow and a little bit of crimson fluid paint and just mixed them up and kind of painted over this. And it worked. It kind of, you know, pulled everything together and it made it work. But still not happy with it. Anyway, same thing with this one. This was, if you remember on the last video, I printed out the stamps using acrylic paint onto some carnival tissue. And again, it didn't melt into the background as I'd wished it was. So you saw a lot of the tissue on the background. But what I did was, again, I took that same mixture, but with a little more crimson in it, and went over this entire thing. And it kind of, it works better. But again, I'm just not thrilled with it. This one was a bit of a challenge because, as you can see, I left that black space open, kind of like a, you know, a crack in the wall, and then I used my Sun God, and this was also another one of the stamp ones that I did on the carnival tissue. Again, the tissue didn't melt into the background, and by melt I mean like didn't disappear into the background as well as I'd hoped. And then I added another piece of tissue here, and it just kept, you know, it was starting to tear when I glued it, and I kind of took off some of it, and then I ripped a piece of this, so I covered it up with some of that, and then I covered this area up where the tissue I couldn't get off was still. So, but it's just wasn't working. I did take some copper paint and I went over some of this to kind of, you know, mask that it was tissue, but to me it's just not working. This one was a lot better. I just stuck with the neutral, or with the just one print in the background, and I did the Shaman in black and embossing, heat embossed, and then I used the stamp from PM Artist Studio here, and the name is it's out of my head, but I will link to it in the video description box, and I embossed that in black as well. This is a lot better, but you know, it could use a little more something. But today I'm going to work on 4 more, so we can see how that works. So I've got the rest of the papers here. Plus, I forgot to show you that. Actually, no, I didn't. So what happened was this was a flop-off print from that last video. And it was, you know, mostly indigo and it's like the reddish color I used. But it was just, you know, kind of blah. So I took some sap green paint, acrylic paint, and it's a transparent paint. And then I took some transparent red iron oxide. So these two. Mixed them up, and I got this really beautiful shade of green. And so I put that over this print, and it came out pretty good, I think. I love this. It turned out really well. So we used some of that. This is the one that I cleaned off the extra gold that I used in that video onto here. So maybe we'll have some of that. And I just kind of trimmed up the other pieces that I had used yesterday just to make them cleaner looking. And I've got my black mixed media paper. If you've been watching the PM Artist Studio lives the last couple of times, they have been using this paper. I've been using it for a while, but I'll introduce it to you again. This is the Strathmore Black Mixed Media paper, and it comes in a 9x12 pad. And it's a great paper. You can see it's stiffer than cardstock, and it's larger. So we get more out of it. So what it is, I took one sheet and I divided it in half lengthwise. And then out of that one half, I took and I created 4 tags. So these are 4.5 tall, roughly 4.5 inches tall, and then 3 inches wide. And so I got my stamps. So I want to start with this green one. And what I want to do is find a section that I think would look really cool on here. Something like that. Or maybe something like this. It's got kind of the grungy edge, which I like. So I think I'm going to take a bit off of that. Take that off and put it on here. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try and cut it this way as best I can. This is my packaging paper that I use that I put down when I'm gel printing. But it's great for this too. This is just a plain old glue stick. I was using gel medium yesterday, and it just, I don't know, I don't think I need it, but it's something you can certainly use if you want. The gel medium gloss or matte, either one. Yeah, so I took the night off, because usually, like, the way I work is I get up early in the morning. I'll do some arty stuff, maybe make some videos, take a break in the middle of the day, and then in the evening, I'll put something on to watch, and I'll do some other stuff. Like I said last night, I just took the night off, and I indulged myself in a few episodes of Midsummer Murders, which is a British detective series that's been running for many years, and it's on BritBox on Amazon, and it's such a good show. It's such a good show, and it's some just wacky, you know, scenarios that they set up, and a lot of it's cool. Oops, Jesus. All right. Yeah, so I watched a few of those, and they were entertaining. So I wonder if we do one of these. It's kind of pale. so it won't really take away from the stamp. But then if I want to emboss it on here, so let's see here. Excuse me. Let's take the sun god. So I thought maybe we could do something like that. I think that's enough. So what I like to do, and it usually works, is I like to take, oops, come on, a little bit of water and apply it to the back of the tissue before I lay it down. Now, while as I'm thinking about it, I am going to need the gel medium because that's going to be the best way to get this down. All right, so I'm just gonna, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spray a little water on my mat, pick it up with the brush, and then gently go over the back. Like you want to wet it, but you don't want it dripping wet. All right. Again, this is the regular tissue, and it'll rip a lot easier than a carnival tissue. So I'm gonna take some gel medium. This is, I believe, the gloss gel medium, so it will leave a nice sheen on here as well. Let me lay this down. So I thought maybe on the left side it could do the sun god, but not completely. Just kind of have it coming off the page, or like, you know, like this. So part of it's on. Ooh, you know, don't want glue on that. So let's see. So far, so good. I think that'll be good. So let me set that aside to dry, and we'll go on to the next one. And for, let's see, the other one I thought would be awesome is this. I like this one here. This was one of my favorite prints, and I think I just want to. I want to have it torn. I think I have a torn piece here already. So maybe something like this. And I wonder, maybe I put that here. Do we think that would be cool? Maybe more this way, it fills up the top more. You know what? Let's go for it. I think that would be interesting. I hope you are all safe out there. I know there's there's been some awful storms here in the U.S. on the southeast, especially of the country. So I hope you're doing well. I know there's some people who just been devastated. My heart goes out to them. It's not fun. I don't care who you are, what you do. It's just when you get put into that situation, it's rough. When I lived in Florida, I went through a major hurricane where it kind of just toppled everything in our neighborhood, and we were basically shut down for a week. No power. And of course it's like super hot, but it's, you know, what's going on down in the South right now is a lot different. It's a lot different than what I experienced. May not have wet that enough, but that's okay. I'm not worried about it. And this piece, I need to color that in. Let me get my acrylic markers. Let's see, what color do I want? Maybe just this brown here, and just kind of go over this edge. All right. Look like little poopies. All right, that's good. I'm not gonna try and move it because when you start futzing with it, it's gonna rip on you and you won't be happy. But I do want to smooth it out. Use this little scraper thingy just to make sure there's no air bubbles. And I'm gonna go ahead and trim it. And I haven't decided what I want to do on the back yet. I did order a stamp, a new stamp at PM Artist Studio designed by my friend Becky Bokern. And it's a stamp you can use like on your ATCs or any of your artwork that says, you know, your name, who made it, your name, the date you made it, and all that sort of stuff. Really cool. So I'll show it to you when I get it. So I placed an order yesterday and I got some other new things that just came out. See, look. Sometimes it just doesn't want to stick. And the thing with this mixed media paper, because it is a mixed media paper, it's made to take on all kinds of mediums and whatnot. It will soak some things up quickly, so you gotta keep that in mind. And this one is looking very good. I'm liking what's going on. So, all right, 2 down. So for this one, piece big enough here. Yes. Do this one on here. And I'm just going to use glue stick on this. Very nice. Oh, there's some glue on there. Get a baby wipe and clean this up here just a little bit. Let's move on to the next one. What do we have here? Oh, here's this. Right in front of your face. Let's see. Here's the gold. This one. Let's do half and half. So maybe on this side we'll use that. Okay. Let's give this a little trimmy. And then I think think for this one, I'll tear it and so it covers up that line there, but yeah, I think that'll be cool. Okay, I'm digging it. This is what I should be using. I keep forgetting I have it. Keep my mat clean. Yes, I like that. I like that. If your scissors do get gummed up from your glue, the best way to clean it, I found, is using acetone on a napkin or something, and very carefully wipe the blades with the acetone, and all the gummy stuff will come right off. But again, be very careful. Aside from being sharp, you have the acetone that's really strong smelling, so do it in a well-ventilated area so you're not inhaling those awful fumes. Good, yeah. This little bit here bothering me. Maybe, let's see, for this, so I already have this. I'm just gonna pick a different, this is not gonna work over here. Maybe for this one. Something like this, and then just do a ripped edge there. So where are we here? Get my markers, and we'll use those again. I think that'll be better. Green, that'd be cool. Yeah, why not? Let's do the green. They're your tags, so you color them in whatever color you want. That's something I have to keep reminding myself when I'm doing these videos, is that, yes, I'm doing them, to show other people and all that stuff. But ultimately, it's what I want, and what I like, and what I am comfortable with. So, there you go. I really like that. Let's glue her down before I change my mind, because that can happen very quickly. I've been learning during my journey here on YouTube, creating videos and content. I've been learning to stop and think before I do, and not necessarily, have a plan, but at least have a guide to where, I want to end up. And that's been very helpful. And I'll say in my videos, I didn't plan this, or, but there is some planning and some mindfulness behind what I do. And then I just allow myself to meander and until I get to something that I really like. I like that. I think that's really cool. And I'm just wondering if we could do one of these leaves on here. Oh, that lime one's gonna look cool. Or should we do the darker one? Do that leaf here, and then the totem. Or, hear me out, we could put the leaf here, and then the totem over here. I like that. But I want to use, goes in this direction, so use this one. And these foam stamps that I'm using are all available at pmartiststudio.com. And if you do decide to make a purchase, I have a special discount code for my subscribers. It's EddieFan10, EDDIEFAN10. And you enter that in at checkout under discount codes, and it gets you 10% off your purchase of $35 or more. Plus, you earn points on the site, and with every purchase you make, and then those points you can use to get discounts off of your future purchases. So around about here is where I want this. Let's see if I can gently pick it up. Oh, come on. Don't fight with me. So this is the embossed side. That's the side we want up. And then just gently and carefully glue it down. And I think once it dries, the details will show up better. It's a little lost right now, but I think it'll be fine. Worst comes to worst, we can come back in with an acrylic marker and redefine the shape of the leaf. So that will be cool. All right, these are all pretty much dry. So I want to go ahead. I'm going to do this one first. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that one first. I need to do some of the other ones first because before I emboss, the glue needs to dry. And so what I did is I took this larger print and I cut it into shapes. I'm going to use it there. And then we'll have our shaman right there. And it gives it kind of a sort of a place to like stand, I guess, or sit. Up here. I think maybe up there, off center would be much better. I think so. Okay. So let me go ahead and glue these down. I think for this glitter glue is just fine. And if you're not familiar with glitter glue, it's a white glue. There's no glitter in it, that's just the name. It's a white glue that comes in these bottles with this really fine tip. And they and it's great for all sorts of projects. But what I really like about it is it dries quickly and it dries clear, which is a bonus, especially if you're a heavy gluer. I tend to be sometimes I underglue though. Yeah, so it dries clear and it's acid free, which is great. It's water-based, non-toxic, and it's permanent. So you can easily wash it off your hands and your projects will be glued down for years. So this is a really good tool to have in your crafter's toolbox. And that one. So So that way, got a little bit here, a little bit there. There's a balance. Let that dry. And then for this one, I chose one of Paula's fish. And I cut it out to apply it here. And let's see here, I need my brushes. Pro tip, with your brushes, if you're using mixed or adhesive on them, like your mediums or just a white glue, you if you're not going to use them for a little bit, but you don't want to wash them because you're going to use them again, just wrap a moist what do you call those, baby wipe to keep them from drying out on you. I think, is that good? Yeah. That's good coverage, I think. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little medium to the tag, and I'm gonna put this down. And I think for this one, I'm using the Shaman. And again, or not the Shaman, the Totem. And again, I want to use this as a sort of like a grounding piece. All right, trying to be gentle because this one is very delicate. I'm gonna lose some of the nose, but that's okay. I'm not worried about it. Cool. And see the tissue on this one dried pretty well. I think it went into the background good. There's a little bit of cloudiness, but I'm not, it's not enough that it bothers me. And then the Shaman will go here. I'm sorry, I keep calling it the Shaman. This is the Totem. We'll go here, we'll emboss it there. I think that'll be great. So it's like sitting on the fish, on a throne of fish. Just snip the little nose off. And all right, let's let that one dry. And then over here, I think for this one, this is the Shaman. I'm gonna do, no, that's not what I'm gonna do, sorry. This one is going to be the Sun God, and I think here will be perfect. Kind of like right there. So it's kind of off the page a little bit, or the tag. Yeah, and then I tore off this strip here to put alongside here. Yeah. First thing though, I took some acrylic marker, and if you notice here, the black works really well to hide the cloudiness because it's on black paper. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my Posca pen to fill in these areas that in between the blocks. And I tested it over here because I knew it was going to cover that up, but I wanted to test it to see if it worked, and I think it works pretty good. Just go over the top one more time. There we go. And this is a great tool also to cover up your edges. So if I were to, when I do this, I take my Posca pen, I just run along the edge, come on. And that takes away that wide edge of the paper. What do we do? Let's use this gold one. I like the play of the straight blocks with the round lines and then the ripped edges. I think that makes for an interesting looking tag, I think. Composition, if you will. Yeah, I like it. Oh, I need this. You need to glue this down. I'm just going to use the glue stick for that. Make sure everything has good contact to the glue so I don't have one of those mishaps like I did with the orange part. All right, that has to dry as well. And okay, so those are drying. So now this one I was going to do the sun god on. We're going to emboss this right about there. Oh, that'll be awesome. Remove these out of the way and wrap up my brushes because I'm not going to use them for now. And then for embossing, I pulled out some colors that I thought might work. This is platinum. This is black. This is sort of a cranberry red. And then this is a gold. So I wonder what will work best. Like, I'm leaning towards black, but I'm like, well, what if we did something a little bit different? So red might make it look a little too Christmassy, maybe. So I'm just gonna go with the platinum here. I like this one. Okay. And for embossing, let me get my supplies here. I've got my anti-static pad, which is great and keeps everything from sticking to each other. And I just need a piece of paper to keep under for embossing. I don't have that much embossing powder of the powders, you know, each individually. So like I see some people that have them in like little containers, like large containers, but I don't have that. And I just dump it and then I have my paper to pick it up. So I take my little pouch, and this is kind of like this is basically a cotton bag that is stuffed with a cornstarch type ingredient, and it allows you to it allows for the embossing powder to stick on everything. And because if you've heat embossed before, you know that stuff gets everywhere. So I like to use this and just make sure that nothing sticks where I don't want it to stick. That's what I'm trying to tell you. All right, so let's get our sun god. I like to make sure there's enough on here just so I don't have to worry about it being blotchy or anything. And I think here. And try not to wiggle it, and you'll get a much crisper image. But press firmly. And there we go. So this has black ink from before, but it makes it really easy to see on the paper because that embossing ink is clear. Let me heat up my heat gun for a second and then we can do this. So take this embossing powder. This is, again, the liquid platinum. It's from Ranger. Just dump that on there. Tap and see. That's wonderful. Now I see a little bit of stray embossing powder. Just take a little soft brush, dry brush, and just go around and brush away anything that you don't want, because if you leave it there and then you use your heat gun, it will melt onto whatever it is, onto whatever it's on. So, all right, let's do this. Dump this back in here. That's good. And so let's go. All right, look at that. I think that turned out really well. Now there's something missing here, and I think once this cools off, I'm going to add another leaf over here, like a partial part of a leaf, because it's missing something. And I think for this one we said here, that's going to be good. Now for color, the black I think would work best on this to make sure it stands out. Look at that, fits perfectly on there, isn't he cute? Very cute. And make sure there's plenty on there. I'm gonna set you right there. I'm using the foam stamps too. Make sure you press in the center and not just, you know, the edges, because sometimes that's where you need the pressure the most. All right, and we're just going to do black. Oh, beautiful. Let me get my little brush here. I can see a couple of spots I don't want the powder on. Oh, awesome. Ooh, that's a big old bug in here. God, can't wait to get into my own house. Oh, I like it. It's missing something, and I think that's why I have this. We'll maybe do the stamp like that. Just do it the full length. Or this one. This is one of my stamps. It's called Kernels. Comes, I think, 2 sizes. There's a larger version of it too. And it comes in 2 styles. And it's, yeah, I think that'll look really cool there. And maybe we'll do it in a different color. Now for color, we'll do the gold. Okay, where's my pad? Add a little bit more of this stuff here. I don't think I did it the first time. Because I talk too much and don't pay attention to what I'm doing. So I think I want the round facing in. Give it a good press. Yep. All good. Missed a couple of spots. Let's add some more in here. Much better. Awesome. All right, that's good. Very good. I like that. This is very nice. All right, so you're here. This one should be good. Are we doing? What did we say we're going to do on this one? I totally forgot. This or my totem. I think I'm going to do the totem on this one. I was going to do the sun god. I think the totem would be cool on here. Just trim this off while I'm thinking about it. So if we put it there, I think that will look great. Or should we put it like right there, right? Yeah, maybe smack dab in the center. How about that? Let's do a smack dab in the center. And I think for this one, the black would be probably the best. Why aren't you glued down? Oh boy, here we go again. All right, so this is where your glitter glue comes in super handy, because the glitter glue can get into these tight little spaces because of the little nozzle. Very dry here today. Yeah, it's been a long time since we've had any rain. At least 2 weeks. Cool. Little drinky poo. Just get this powder on here. A couple spots I missed. Yeah. All right. Nice. That's really cool. Funny that circle there is like he looks like he's got a really big belly button. Awesome. All right, now this one. Don't stick on there. This is also going to be the totem, and we're going to put him here. So let me juice him up again, and I think for this one, I'm going to do the black. It's just a little spot right there. All right. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I like this one. This one's going to be my favorite. Love it. Should we do this leaf? And that way it doesn't cover up too much of the gold. think that's a good idea. I need my gluing paper. So we're gonna have this leaf going that way. So let me just stay there, and I need, where's my glue? Here it is. Yeah. So let's see here. Took some of that coloring off because that ink was spilling out. So it's a hint, and it's, I think it looks good. Oh, what I want to do is let me pick out some ribbon for these. So I have my sari silk ribbon here and some other stuff mixed in, but it's mostly sari silk ribbon. I'd say, so for this one, red? I don't know. I think the red kind of cool. Goes with the gold. Let's pull that out. Oops, I hit the camera again. Sorry. Or maybe this darker one. The darker one work? Yeah. Well, they're both attached, so we'll keep that over here. For Mr. Green, maybe something a little more bright to offset it. Offset the dark. No, where's my, oh, here it is. This is the one. Yeah. Actually, it'll work on this one too. For now, we'll use some of that on here. And on this one, maybe something dark. Oh, I like that. That's fun. All right, so this is, I'm just gonna rip that off. That can go there. So this one, oh, that's good. That's a good one. All right, so there we go. And then a way to attach that. Do we do the traditional hole punch and then tie the ribbon in there? Should add some grommets, or what these called, not grommets, or, oh, they're speeding everywhere. Come on. Let's see what color we'll go with what. Do the gold for this one. Black on this one. This one's silver. Or do we want the copper one? Yeah. That way it'll coordinate nicely with the fish. For you, my friend, what do I have? Too small. Yeah, I accidentally bought like super small ones, but oh well. Want to just do black on this one? Yeah, let's just stick with the black one on that one. Okay. All right. If you've never seen these before, this is a crocodile from Memory. We Are Memory Keepers, and it comes with a starter pack of these grommets or eyelets, and it has 2 sides. So you have one for your 1/8 inch eyelets, and then this one is for your the 3/16. All right. Now for hole punching, that's where you use what you use to punch your hole, and this little thing will allow you to adjust it so it doesn't go further than you want, or go further in than a normal punch would let you. And then it has your attachment, little cubes here. These are the ones that will get everything in get everything done for you. This is the lock, so no one. So it's unlocked now. So for safety and also for storage. That's a great feature. Let's see. I want to make sure I've got this on right. All right. So this the longer bit, that's going to go into the top. And if you see here, that's how you should. That tells you how you use it. So the grommet or the eyelet is this position here. So if you're doing it from the front, which you want to hold it like that. Okay. And in the instructions, it gives you the settings for the different sizes of your eyelets. And I think this is the correct one for this. I just want to make sure that this is going to fit in here. Yeah, that should work. All right, and it says here base, which means bottom. All right, let's start with you. Go right to left. And for the opening. Yeah, I want the larger one. I think, is that too small? No, you know what? I think it's this one here. Yeah, I may have done the wrong one. Yeah. Yep. Did the wrong one, so the larger is the one I want. That'll be good. Perfect. So again, this part is from the top. Just burn push. And there we go. Perfect. Ribbon, ribbon, ribbon. This is a really beautiful one. I didn't realize this was in the bunch. See, I ordered a selection from a shop on Etsy, and I got all these wonderful ones all tangled up, not tangled, but all wrapped up together. And oh, here we use these tweezers just to push it through here. And got some really beautiful ones in there. And then I got this and that purplish one separately, but from the same shop. And it's awesome. Great colors. and very reasonably priced. If I remember, I'll get the name of the shop, and I'll link to it in the description box. Okay. Let's stretch that out a little bit. Well, I ripped it, but that's okay. Excess glue off of there. All right, so again, these are awesome tags that we made. Awesome. Very nice. Thank you guys so much for joining me today and going along this little journey with me. And again, these are my latest stamps. They are the Taino tribal symbols. They're ancient Puerto Rican indigenous peoples. And these are sun god, shaman, and totem. Thank you guys so much. All links for the products I used today for the stamps and stuff will be in the description box. So check that out. And there's other great information in there too. And I will see you next time. Bye.